Hi, I'm Jen. I make videos about my adventures as a 50-something silver and solo traveler, and today's video is about how to plan your dream cruise as a solo traveler. Now, I have good experience with this because I just returned from my very first solo cruise. It was an unexpected solo cruise because initially I was supposed to go with my parents for their 60th anniversary. But then my mother fell and broke her ankle. She's fine. They're going again in 2024, but I ended up going solo. There are lots of things I found that I would have done differently if I had known that I was going solo. So you guys can benefit from my hindsight, which is 2020, I'm told. Number one, set a budget. Cruises are expensive, and you have to take into account the cost of the cruise, the cost of pre and post travel, pre and post accommodation. I went early for my cruise. You may want to do that as well. There's also drinks packages. There are tips for the crew, lots of things. Factor it all in. Research the different cruise lines and the ships on the cruise lines. This may seem a little odd. Some cruise lines actually cater to solo travelers, while others, like Princess, and that's the one that I went on, they do not really cater to solo travelers. So being on a large ship of 5,000 passengers may be super for families and couples, but for a solo traveler, you may want to be on a smaller ship where you get to meet people and you can hang out with your new friends. River cruises are the smallest of the cruise lines, and they have a capacity of about 100 to 200 people. So you're going to meet people, you're going to have the opportunity to mingle and to see the same people every day. The larger ship lines like Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, Holland America, they have dedicated solo cabins and staterooms available, but there are not a lot of them. So book early. Cruises, whether you're going on a river cruise or on an ocean cruise, fill up quickly, especially in peak seasons. So book early and reserve your spot. You'll also likely save on the price. Hey, if you're learning anything from this video, if it gives you something to think about, could you leave me a comment, a thumbs up, maybe subscribe to the channel? It'd help me out with a lot. Select an itinerary that suits you best, not just what's on sale. Consider the length of the cruise. Consider which ports you'll be visiting, maybe events or festivals in the ports that you'll be visiting. I did my cruise around the British Isles, and I loved my itinerary because we had 10 port calls, and I think I did an excursion at every port call except one. And that was fabulous. That's what I wanted to do, and I enjoyed all of my excursions. But it did also come with a trade-off in that I did not do a lot of the onboard ship activities. So think about your itinerary. Look for solo traveler discounts. Some cruises do offer periodically during the year discounts or promotions for solo travelers. And by that I mean you won't have to pay the full single supplement. A single supplement is basically how the cruise lines make money by filling their cabins. So if the advertised price of a cruise is $1,500 a person, that's actually $3,000 per cabin. And so as a solo traveler, you won't be paying $1,500 because you are a person. You will be paying $3,000 because you are taking up an entire cabin. That is the solo supplement. So if you can get a deal or a promotion where they won't make you pay for two people, that's what you're looking for. Research the shore excursions that are available at each port. Your cruise line should have excursions available to book through them. You could also consider just going ashore by yourself, solo, and walking around or exploring on your own. And there is also the option of booking a third-party tour. I booked a third-party tour at, I think, 3 ports, and I used Venture Shore to do it. They're great for cruisers because they actually know what ship you're on and what time you should be back. They're really good about making sure that you're getting back on your ship in time. So I know a lot of cruisers are worried about taking a third-party tour because the ship may leave without them if they're late. But the Venture Shore tour companies are very well aware that cruisers are their bread and butter. They will have you back at your ship on time. Pack wisely. Check out the weather conditions that are forecast for the time period that you'll be taking your cruise. And also consider what kind of excursions that you're taking and what kind of shipboard activities you want to take part in. There are lots of things to do, and I would rather be warm and dry than wet and cold any day. Everything worked out and I had a great trip, but it would be helpful if you had an umbrella instead of a sun hat. Check the newsletter on board. On Princess, it was the Princess Patter. It came out every day, a daily activity schedule, a newsletter that they put out, and mine was delivered to my cabin each day. I'm certain all of the cruise lines will do this, but they have activities for the day, and a lot of them are for solos. They also have solo traveler meetups, which is a great place to meet people who are perhaps going on the same excursion as you, and also to find a dining room buddy as well. Speaking of the onboard activities, there are a lot of onboard activities, but then again, if you were like me, I had excursions booked every day of my cruise, and I really didn't get to take part in them. So consider that when you're booking your excursions so that you can sort of balance them with being able to partake in the onboard activities of the ship as well. There are a lot. Also, you have to pay for the excursions, but the onboard activities are all part and parcel of your cruise package. So they're basically free. Check visa and travel document requirements before you go. Make sure that you've got all your travel documents in line before you go. This includes visas and vaccinations. Don't rely on the cruise line to tell you what you're going to need. The cruise line is not responsible for telling you that you will need a visa. The cruise line is not responsible for telling you that you will need vaccinations. So do this on your own. If you show up at the cruise line and they're checking for such things, you could get left behind. Purchase travel insurance. I cannot express this enough, having gone through it firsthand with my mom when she broke her ankle a week before our cruise. Purchase the travel insurance. It's worth it. Nobody expects to fall and break their ankle a week before the cruise. Nobody expects a medical emergency, but they happen. And travel insurance will save your butt. So I think that the key thing to plan your dream cruise as a solo traveler is planning. Not over planning. Leave some room, some flexibility for spontaneity to happen, and really just enjoy your trip. Bonus for the people who stayed till the very end. Today's word of the day is Fernweh. It's a German word and it means far sickness. It's the opposite of homesickness. It's the urge, the need to travel afar. Have a great day. See you later.